Hello, my friends. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is time, my friends. Mole, Gladiator, what's up, guys? Okay. Got my coffee here. We're going to take another look at this. We're going to be building a finisher move today. I actually got I got an idea from my kiddo. He actually has a really cool idea for how to finish Ski Buddy's demo. And I'm going to build towards that finisher. But there were some elements from this part here, which, by the way, is probably one of the greatest joints of all time. But it's just nobody knows it exists outside of us. And I wanted to look at specifically the ghosty speed lines, the wispy wind lines. What's up, Norfox? I'm not going to be looking at all of Dojo pit fights today. We did that already. But I wanted to look at this part again. There's elements that I want to add from this, that I got inspiration from this, into a finisher idea I have for Ski Buddy. So did you see that? It was really quick. You see this right here? These speed lines, the bottom and the top of the screen. And the speed lines, you'll see, again, I'm going to point them out here. Right here. See how these are wisping across the screen? It's not like this is anything crazy, right? But it adds a really exciting element that I want to try and pull off for what we're doing with Ski Buddy. I even think that these speed lines could definitely be utilized when he's skiing and going quickly, and we don't have anything that illustrates that other than the fact that the stick figures are flying by him, right? So we're going to try and incorporate something like this as part of our finisher move, as well as integrating that into the speed motion of him skiing. That as well. I like this zooming, the zooming lines. The zooming spikes, I should say. And I have an idea I'm going to share with you guys. Taji, what's up, buddy? See, I like the element of bringing in this the bars like this periodically. And also the directional speed lines up and down as well. Like that we see here. And I'm trying to decipher if these speed lines are all flash or if they were integrated from After Effects or something else. I can see how I'm going to attempt it in Flash, but certain elements of it make me think that it's not Flash. Speedlines can add so much energy to the animation and are very efficient at that. Yes. All of it's just such masterful work on everyone's part. Everyone did such a good job with this. today is going to be about building a finisher. So my kiddo, I was talking with him when we had a walk today, and I asked him, I said, you know, I'm trying to figure out a way to finish up the ski buddy, and I don't really have any ideas. And he came up with a pretty cool idea. What if when I go into this next area here, I have a bunch of guys to attack, right? I'll show you guys where I'm at. And a bunch of the snowballs will actually just freeze one guy in place, starting with his feet, and then start burying him in snow and essentially turn him into a snowman. And then once he's turned into a snowman, I have a bunch of enemies like surround me, and then that guy explodes, and all the snow goes everywhere off the snowman, hitting all the people all around him, and then it says Ski Buddy on the screen. You know what I mean? I think that'd be really cool. I think it was a great idea. But I think speed lines during that section, if we could figure out how to do the speed lines, we could have something, we could be cooking. But we gotta figure out how to do it. So today is gonna be about doing that and building a finisher. I'm gonna do it how I think they did it. Or rather, a way that I think that I know I could do it. And we're going to experiment. We're going to experiment. Oops, I didn't know I was drawing objects. Frostbite finisher. Like I said, I thought I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. This doesn't mean this is like the best way or only way to do it. But I want to experiment with the way that I have in my head at least first. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Okay, so if I do movie clip and I make this overlay, what happens? What if we take this and I blur it subtly on an X only? Can I even see the blur happening? Yes, I can. Okay. Okay. What if I go high qual? Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's already not bad. Let's keep it going, I guess. Yeah. No notes. Let's just keep it going. How is everyone doing today? By the way. Do I sound good? Can you hear me okay? Oh, relax. All this out here doesn't really matter because it's off screen anyways. Playing Minecraft with my girlfriend and our buddy. Right on. Good. Tired after work, dude. I feel ya. Today's a weird day for me. I got up at 5:30. I'm eliminating the evening shift, the evening stream, and substituting it for an early morning stream. So instead of me staying up till 1 in the morning, I'm getting up at 5. Got back from school today. Ooh, how was the escuela? I don't think I have to do too many frames of this, to be honest with you. Fire Emblem? I've heard a lot about Fire Emblem. I think Veronica voice acts in Fire Emblem, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder how many frames I have to do to make it look unique without it looking like it's looping too hard. I wonder if it's significant, the number of frames I have to do, or if it could be low-key. Six is probably good, you're right. We'll give 6 a shot, and we'll just go from there. If 6 isn't enough, we'll change it up, you know? Never done this before. This is pure, raw experimentation. So we'll see if it works, how it works, what we like about it, what we don't like. If I'm doing it the right way, or if there's a better way. We're gonna find out. Know what I'm saying? Mic volume is too low? Really? It is low. Bro. Okay, hold on. Thank you for letting me know. Let's hit it with the 5 dB. Is that better? My goal is to catch my voice at high quality, but not catch you hearing me breathing or my fan. If you can hear my fan, let me know. I'll go turn my fan off and suffer. I'll let you know. Like, also, what I'm doing looks pretty random, and it is. But what I'm trying to do is just not create too many large areas of without lines. But I do want to leave some thickness in there, here and there. What's up, Lan? How you doing? I think, let's try this. This might be enough. I'm wondering if we don't go overlay. Because with the overlay, it gives it this like yellow hue, and I don't really need that. You know? I don't really want the yellow overlay. I don't think it needs to be yellow. We're going to try this. So, to see this a little bit better, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to make a graphic and I'm going to put them in the graphic so that we can see the frames and also tween them in. And then they also already have their filters on these frames. So I can kind of see them how I want them. And then I can also start these now at different points and tween them in. So, for instance, let's see if we... I think I'll stop it like right there. It's a lot of speed lines, but I'll show you what we're gonna do. Classic tween. I'm gonna bring them in while lengthening them, so it's gonna change subtly. And we're gonna tween the alpha of it in as well. So it's gonna come in really subtle and kind of pick up pace. Alpha. Like so. And then I'm probably gonna have it angle up here. We can ease this in and out too. In and out quad. In and out quad. What's up, GV? I don't know how my orientation for this thing got so awful, but it did. It is what it is, I guess. We're experimenting here, you know? So, we'll see. I'm definitely going to fix the orientation point on the next one here, because this is annoying, to say the least. Lower the alpha here. Probably all the way out, honestly. Okay, so let's try this again now with the graphics starting on a different frame, probably an orientation being in the center where it should be here. Isn't there a starting frame thing I can do? Frame picker, that's right. Make the first frame like frame, I don't know, 4, so these aren't the same frame. There we go. And we're going to tween this in. Create classic tween. There we go. Okay. Let's just see how this feels. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Okay, actually that came out sick. That came out to money. Dude, if we wanted, we could also, for this entire section, probably bring in some effects bars, too. Just tween in... What's up, Balnar? What's up, Kaji? Mr. Guy. I think we can tween in some regular, old-fashioned cinematic black bars as well. Let's just see how it feels. Full screen smear visual effects? Kinda, yeah. I think if I bring in the black bars, it's going to cover up too much of what we have going on here, too. I don't think that's necessary. You know what would be cool to try here is those spike lines that we saw. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try some spike lines. Give me a sec. Well, I was gonna do bottom and top, but I realized I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary because the speed lines are already there, and it's just going to cover up the speed lines I just put in. Walk with me here. We're going to try something. This is the zoom spikes. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Again, I don't know if this is how you do it. It's just how I'm going to do it. We're experimenting. Taking inspiration and experimenting. I promise this will make a little bit more sense, maybe, in just a moment. Check this out. Okay. Ta-da! Not done yet. Oops. And I'll show you what we're going to do. Does this make sense what I'm doing here? Somewhat, maybe. Maybe not. speed lines over the black bars? Possibly. Maybe that's something we play with. You see the vision? Okay. Doink. How many? I think I can get away with 4. I think we can get away with 4. Let me see if we need to do any blurring to it, or if it could benefit from blurring here. I feel like it needs a subtle blur, maybe. I just want to see what the different applications of blends will do as well. Because I could do something like this, and then combine them together again, and then crank the alpha down as well. Did I lose it? I think I did lose it, though. New story and creation, let's go. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. Look at it, I did speed lines, watch. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm trying this next part here. I want to do these impact spikes. And I'm just experimenting with how we might go about doing that. Hey, that's pretty good. And I'm trying to see at what level I want to do it to. But I need to have them rotating, so we gotta do it again. Gonna kind of see how I want to pull that off. I think I should be able to get away with it doing it this way again and just kind of maybe removing some more spikes, making the spikes feel heavier on one side maybe. Give it the illusion of rotation. I don't know yet though. So like in these instances here, I can take some of these out, move the bigger ones back sometimes, remove a smaller one there, move this one back, that one back, this one back, take this one out, move that one out, move this one up, take that one out. See, I'm just kind of like adding some varying levels of depth on how they're going in. Ta-da! And then we just kind of slice some pieces out of these. Facing our center. And it's okay if they're not perfect, because they're not going to be seen entirely. Right? I don't know how this is if other people are the way that they're doing it, but when I see it, this is how I see it. It's like breaking glass. Exactly, dude. You get it. And then we don't have to worry about, like, if some of these don't look very straight, we have the straightening tool to save the day. So just taking slices and chunks out of these, just add like imperfections to them essentially. Hey, I didn't want the brush stroke anyways, huh? Can you even just do straight lines through them like this too? I'm not even hovering anything, I'm just doing a straight line and it's finishing the rest for me. And then selecting it and just hit straighten. And then from here, just turn some of these different levels of alpha so they're all not the same. So I'm tapping, you know, I probably could just go through and do this. And then I'll make these 22. And then I'll grab a couple and I'll make them even lower. 13 or something. What do we think? Then I can take this, movie clip it, and crank alpha. What's up, Max? And if I want, I think these ones might be a little too close. I want them to be a little bit more on the outside edge versus right on top of the target in the center. That's a little better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we do it again. Run it back. So we have our box, and I'm just gonna start making some crosses. I'm putting this in basically the center of the camera here the best I can. Again, it does not have to be perfect. I was really heavy doing slices on like this way, like this. Oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Like this. So now I'm doing the opposite way. I'm gonna do more slices this way. That's enough slices. This, I think, will give the illusion of it rotating. I don't know. Don't know for sure. I don't want too many large chunks because I want to be able to... The more small chunks I do, the more little pieces I can pull out of this too. So keep that in mind. So now that we have this, some of the big ones, I'll move back. You know, varying levels. Pull this one way back and maybe get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Pull that one way back. Pull this one back. Let's get rid of that one. Get rid of this one. Pull this one way back. Variance. Adding variables. Okay. We take it away. What are we at? I want this to be at like 44%. I think that's what I was doing. What? Not 13. 44. Hey, stop. So, Max? Okay. So we have this. Let's get rid of the center here. Let's go ahead and select the ones that I want to change the alpha to. Just like every other one here. And make these 22. And then select just a couple of these ones and make them 13. Okay. Now we're going to take chunks out. Ah! I almost got rid of that one entirely. This isn't, I wouldn't say an impact frame. You could definitely use these shapes in this process for an impact frame. I'm going to use these as like zoom lines on this impact that I have here already done. But you definitely could use this technique to create your own impact frames like this, for sure. Thanks, Mole. See you, buddy. And then smack that straightening. Let's see if we can get away with just 3 frames. I think we might be able to do it. So what I can do is I'm going to take these now. I'm going to put them in a graphic. That way I can have control of these lines as one solid continuously animated chunk. And I can tween them in and out from where they're currently at. So if I want it to begin right here, all I have to do now is do this. Like so. I can even tween it in. I think there's one blank frame here that's ruining it. Yeah. It's okay. And I think we'll finish it there. So, create classic tween. I want to stay centered on our guy here. And I also don't want it to be full 100% alpha. I just want to bring it in. I think one frame I never adjusted the alpha to it. That's fine. And then we'll fade it out. Whoa. I think some of these sections are too bright still. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Again, haven't done this in maybe ever. Let's see if this works. What? Did I even see them? I don't even know that I saw them. Let's try it. Try it again. Try it again. Okay, okay. I like it. Now, we talked about experimenting with doing the black bars underneath the speed lines. Let's see how that feels. Let's see what some black bars coming from the underbelly and upper and lower sections of camera might look like. Huh? Oh. Whoops. Well then, let's put them down here. What in tarnation? Let's have them go off screen, start off screen, make their way in. And let's do a nice ease in out. So it feels cozy coming in. I might not like this, like I said, but we're gonna just see. We're gonna just see. Let's just see what it looks like with the one bar. Let's do one bar, see how it feels. Later, Noir. I'm working on a finishing move here for Ski Buddy. What he's going to do towards the end here is he's going to... That actually looked nice. He's going to combo some stick figures with his skis. And there's going to be a stick figure in the center of the room that keeps getting pounded by all of the snowballs, sticking his feet to the ground. And then it's going to slowly bury him in snow into a snowman. And then a bunch of stick figures are going to cover the room. And then the snowman's going to explode, wiping the screen and then putting Ski Buddy on the Ski Buddy written in snow on the text. Struck, what's up, buddy? Just biked home from Escuela. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty money. The bar actually ended up working a little better than I thought it would, to be honest. So let's try it from the top as well. Oops. What are you connected to there, pal? We don't want any trouble. Yeah, let's see what happens. A lot of this stuff is just taking risks, man. And just experimenting. That is the plan. Okay, and then it looks like these lean back like that. Okay, let's see how it feels. I won't be finishing the finisher today, for sure. That looks sick, though. What do you guys think? Yeah, those actually came out nice. I wonder if I could double frame these spikes. I think they might be too slow. I don't know. Let's see it. Let's see what it feels like. Thank you, SMK. I feel like it's getting there, dude. So yeah, it doesn't really work double framing these because they're only there for such a brief amount of time anyways. And I think I'll tween them out a little slower as well. I don't think I have to zoom in so close to this guy. You can zoom in. I like it a lot. I like it very. I like it very many. Let me see what the camera feels like at the end there, though. Okay. Good. 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 Give me some space. Give me some space. Okay. Doink. Can we disappear here? Okay. So we should have some flavor here. I feel like the camera should pan out and we'll see more people approaching like left and right. And think flavor. Think flavor. Think flavor. So we're going to rotate. We'll spin the blades around. That's what we'll do. Swipes. We'll probably do one more recoil frame here. Give us 3 recoil frames before standing up and giving some flavor. Okay, we're back at it. Back in the action. Boom. I do want this snowball out of my face, though. I know it's one of these. That'll work. Let's turn my objects back on. Is that pink the right pink? No, it wasn't. It was slightly off, it was. I always feel a little awkward picking up where I left off in an animation. It's like I have to like get my feet. It's like my shoes aren't on right. It makes like no sense, but I think it makes sense. It's like, hold on, I gotta get my shoes on. Oh, I put them on the wrong feet. Hold on. It's like that version of me doesn't exist anymore. What's up, Crow? Yeah, he's going to take a short breath. He's going to do some flavor with his swords and stand up. Okay. Now we're going to go down before we go up. Kick that back leg back a little bit. Because he needs to be able to stand up. In order to do that, he needs to bend down first. If even just ever so slightly. Whoa. There we go. Okay. How's the snowman form again? So basically the idea is there's going to be a stick figure in the center. And as he's attacking people on the left and right, the snowballs, instead of focusing different enemies, are just going to focus the guy in the center. And they're going to start trapping him. Instead of exploding, they're going to stick to him. And once stuck to him, they're going to keep piling up until he's like a snowman kind of thing. And then he's going to explode. And when he explodes, it's going to have Ski Buddy written on the front of the screen. With the explosion. And it's going to like clear everyone out. But we still have a little ways to go before we're there, obviously. But we have to head that way now. Okay, this is the anticipation move. Huh? Oh. Doink. And then he's gonna pop up. And then while he's popping up, we're gonna flare the swords. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think about how I want the swords to flare here. Got a question for you. What's the top 3 pieces of media that's inspired your work, like games, movies, etc.? I don't know that I have a top 3, and I feel like it changes based off of what I'm working on and where I'm currently at, you know? I can't really say one thing that I go back to, like, permanently. I do look at No Break frequently. I look at Exhorting stuff frequently. I look at JH's stuff for it frequently. I have pit fights open regularly. I referenced pit fight today. It's actually where I wanted to do these speed lines. 2430. This is probably one of the best joints of all time for me. It does everything right. Step forth. Okay. For reference, 2430. Also, what up? What up? Hey, what up? Hey, yo, what up? Okay, so he's gonna pop up here. And the weapons are going to be spinning, but he's going to be doing it with just his wrist, so don't actually need to have them. You have an idea for the finisher? It would work? Yeah. The idea is I have, my head needs to be like here. I have this stick figure that's going to be in the center that is going to be getting pelted by snowballs, okay? Just absolutely buried by snowballs as the attacks continue. And as he continues to get hit by snowballs, he will get buried in them. And then it's going to form a snowman around him. And then it's going to like pause and he'll explode and clear everyone out. And it'll say Ski Buddy on the screen. My kid's idea, actually. We're on a walk today and I was telling him, I was like, I'm struggling. I don't know what I want to do next for Ski Buddy. And he immediately said that. And I said, that's actually a really great idea. Let's do that. He said, really? And I said, yeah. Later, SMK. So he's popping up while spinning the blades, and then I'm gonna have him like bend down to finish the pose off, I think. Hope everyone's having a good day, man. Hope y'all been chilling. Have you been excited to animate? Hope you are. I'm excited to animate, dude. I'm really excited about Ski Buddy. You know what I'm really excited about? I'm excited the fact that I've only done I've only finished 2 of these, and I've only touched 3 characters. And I've had such distinctly different fun with each character so far. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was animating a totally different creature when I was animating Pyro Knight versus Junko versus Ski Buddy now. You know, I don't feel like I'm just animating a stick figure with a different colored skin than before. I feel like I have all different rules that I'm having to learn, all different styles that I have to learn. Art block is killing you? I think the trick is you have to go on a walk with my kid. Took him like 2 seconds. Okay. Uh-oh. Fire. Fire where? Shasta Street? Where's that? Manzanita. Eureka. That's pretty far away. Interesting. Oh, dude. I think I forgot the rotation. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this one went the wrong way. It's supposed to go like this. There we go. Because I have the swords rotating 2 different directions. Flavor. Remember, flavor. Flavor. Okay, he's leaning back forward. Totally don't know if this is gonna work. I feel it. I feel like it's gonna work. We're gonna see. Okay, double that there. And then I'm actually going to have him recoil back a little bit. I also wanted to say, guys, I don't know what you're seeing and what I'm animating, but some of you have been improving like crazy. Like really fast. The stuff I've been seeing in the mountain, for some of you especially, doesn't seem like it's the same animators. Even from just a couple weeks ago. I think with the trails, it's going to be what I was looking for. Saving. Saving, 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 saving. Yeah, some of the people who just started animation are getting better way too fast. I blame your awesome teaching. I don't even think half the time I'm doing a decent job even explaining what I have going on. I think it's crazy how quickly people are picking up on things. I mean, they must be, right? Something's happening. Something's in the water. Oops, I'm not trying to draw objects. Learned a thing or two from being here? Good. Good, good, good. It's all about incremental growth, man. Getting a little bit better, getting a little bit better, getting a little bit better. That's what we're aiming for. There is no instant perfect. We just want growth. Finishing skis finisher, as says the title of the live stream. Huh? Oh, what commands, buttons are you using to create these circles and smears? It's just oval tool. Oval tool with a radial gradient, and then I'm hitting K for the bucket tool. This is the fill bucket tool. You're just gonna make sure you have it unlocked over here on the left. This little lock key. And then I'm hitting F, and you can actually change, you can actually like maneuver it. How it's acting. Building the finisher move, yeah. No problem. Yeah, so I'll walk you through it. Okay, oval tool, holding shift. K. K and moving it around. Kind of getting it where I think I want it. F, selecting it. Pulling it out. Deselecting. Control G, making it a group. And then adjusting the arc to match the movement of the sword a little closer. I'll do it again. O, oval tool. We actually have to go underneath for the character for this sword. Sword's on the back. So, oval tool. And what I'm looking at when I'm doing this too is I'm looking at, see where the sword was here? And that's where the sword's going there. That's how I angle it. See that? That's how I angle this. And then I hit F. I hit F on it to play with the edge. Because I want it to start a little bit before where the sword was and go a little bit past where the sword was. And then the reason why I make it a group here is that way when I move this, it doesn't select it and make a bunch of dots, so I can see what I'm doing. Because see how I have it selected? If I have it selected like this, I can't see what I'm doing. See what I mean? But if you make it a group and I select it, I can see what I'm doing. Let's do it again. Oval tool. Holding shift. Expanding out to where the sword was and where it is. Hitting K for the fill tool. Filling it right around where I want it to be, roughly. Hitting F. Expanding that out. Kind of maneuvering it a little bit where I want it to be. Control G, making it a group. And then fixing the smear to be a little bit more accurate. And I'm holding shift and alt when I'm doing this. That way it doesn't move the whole thing. Shift and alt. See that? Oval tool. Making sure I'm going to line it up roughly with where the sword is and was. K, bucket tool. Adjusting the radial gradient. F. Adjusting the radial gradient again. Moving it out. Hitting B, deselecting it. Control G, making it a group. And then adjusting where its position is. Saving. Doing it again. Oval tool. Where it was. Where it will be. Getting rid of the outline. K, bucket tool. Does this help you guys? Repeating what I'm doing? I can do this for the other stuff too. Kind of adjusting where I want it to be. You can also use this to widen it. You know, kind of pinch it a little bit. Haven't actually seen any of this one yet. Join the streams in a bit. What's up, Coast Rider? Oh, you haven't seen any of this? You haven't seen any of Ski Buddy yet? You're in for a treat, I think. Let me finish up where I'm at here. And then I'll show you where I'm everything. Oh. Well, I hope you like it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you be the judge. Really? Michi, I thought I've seen you here for Ski Buddy. Okay, that's not it though. Okay, that's layer 1. The next layer is the linear layer. Linear layer, I'll show you how I do this. It's really simple. So we're going to work on this sword here. Okay. First step, line tool. And I line out where I'm mapping the trails out right now. Okay. I'll show you how. So I want the points to here, let me zoom in. I want the points to be on the tips of the sword where I want the linear gradient to come out. Okay? So the sword was over here, right? So I'm actually going to pin it right there. And I'm going to align it with the edge of our radial trail. See that? It kind of like follows that parallel there, or parallels it there. Slight arc. See that? And make sure this is unlocked over here. This is the linear gradient. And I angle it. I'll hit F so you guys can see. I'm actually angling this with the swoop. See that? And then I get rid of the lines. That's how you get the combination of the linear and radial gradient at the same time. Let's do it again. I'm hitting N for line tool. Crossing right through the point that I want it to. Crossing it right through the point that I want it to. Placing it on the radial trail. Aligning it. This one doesn't move that much if you look from here to here, so it just really just needs to get a rough of the shape. Like so. Start at the blade. Pull it out. Get rid of the lines. N. Map out the sword's shape. Right where I want the cross points to be. Arc it parallel with the radial trail. This one really doesn't need to give us a whole lot here. Just general shape. And I cut back. And I'm mapping it along the same parallel of the lines. Back to the next one. N. Establishing the pivot points. How it's coming out of the blade, right? Get rid of the lines. Okay, we have one more here to here. And then we have a big one. Okay. Down to there. And this one comes all the way around. What's up, Jewel? How we doing? Okay. Now we need to do it for the other sword, the other trail, which is lower. It's behind the character. But the same thing. Oh. Let's hide the sword so I can see what's going on. There we go. Sorry, I got one more. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I haven't animated in a while. Did so earlier today and it felt fantastic. That's what I'm talking about, dude. I love to hear that. You'll love to see it. Don't have the file right now. We'll export tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to seeing it, Coaster. What inspired you to animate today versus another day? What if I get rid of these single frames and leave them double? Let's see how it feels. So it was at the digital design course I've been attending. Oh, right on. That sounds interesting. Something for collage. Oh, you know what? This could actually go this way. Yeah, we could do it like that. Someone needed some help with a bit of animation. The instructor said I was the best person to ask here. Helped her out a bit. Then decided, wait, I can make the same thing right now. I keep losing my pen, dude. I had a real big problem with that. What I would do is I would tie a string to my tablet to the pen. So I knew at the very least it couldn't get away from where the tablet was. No matter how hard I tried, it couldn't get away from me. That's one thing I've done to help with that. It was a real problem. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you guys. Let me see. I have to get rid of these singles. Said I was gonna do double frames for these to see what it looks like. I don't think I needed to do doubles. Pretty sweet. Okay, I show you guys. I'm late, aren't I? No, you're good. Actually, let me show you with the music. This actually has music to it. I just mute it so I don't have to hear it a bazillion times. snowballs are inconvenient. I will change them. The layering's all messed up. Is it sick? Are we cooking? Yeah, had to showcase the skiing part, right? Because it's not just that they're skis on and swords. He can actually ski with them. Yeah, I like it, Okidox. And also, he has a scarf. We just don't need to worry about animating it until the very end. I did it at the very beginning for proof of concept, and then we haven't since. We're going to do it at the end. I need to do something about this this big chunk of snowball here. It's actually super in the way. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll make it break apart more. What I can do is I can take a chunk of this. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna break it into chunks. Modern Jack! Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Just got back from school. Hello. What's up, buddy? Okay. So now we have a lower section here I can work with. So let's chop a chunk like so. And this will also be lower. Boink. And let's hide these guys so I can see what I'm doing here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add a gray area for this chunk. Like so. We're getting rid of it. We're breaking it apart. Look at us go. Could a piece break as it lands? It could. It could. We've almost taken care of it. Okay, let's get rid of the music. So my brain doesn't fall off. Okay, let's lock and hide. We have just this chunk now. That's all that's left, yeah. Okay. So all I should need to do for this chunk is connect it kind of like this. Bada bing, bada boom. Do that. And then, like you said, what we could do is I could have it break when it lands here. So since it lands here, let's split this into another chunk. This will be lower. This will be upper. Paste in place. Close that off. Hide this one. Check this out. And that's where this one broke. Okay. Boom, boom. So then I'll animate this sliding off. This, oops, that is a group. Squash and stretch the opponent's head when they get hit. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more flavorful. So let's see what this feels like now. And I think I can get rid of this other part that I really don't like. Is it somewhere in here? It's this thing. I don't think I need this at all anymore. Yeah. And then I can also break this thing apart. Break this apart, and then let's take Let's take this top half and slice it off. And, ooh, it needs to be more than just that, though. We'll do that. And this will actually be up above. And then we'll hide this. We'll go underneath. Using the pencil tool here. And I kind of like make it a 3D element. Okay, it's an object. We don't want that. Hey. There we go. Get rid of that. Now, I can slide this top piece off. And the bottom piece can kind of rock a little bit. What's the move you're doing? I'll show you in just a sec. There we go. Okay, I'll show you guys where we're at. Oh! The end move I'm doing is I'm going to have a bunch of stick figures, and with one stick figure in the center surrounding Ski Buddy. And Ski Buddy's going to start comboing and doing a bunch of sword slices at all of the enemies that are on the edges of the fight. And all the snowballs will keep pummeling the same figure in the center. And then that figure in the center is going to get buried like a snowball. Or into a snowman, and the snowman's gonna explode, clear everything, and put Ski Buddy on the screen, written in snow. But I'll show you where I'm at. Okay. I gotta fix the camera now. See if I can pan out here, and I'm going to pan out to more stick figures surrounding him. I'm having problems with Flash's smoothing, specifically if it's not smoothing, and if it's too high percent, it makes the lines weirdly taper and warp. The solution is just getting the smoothing that feels the best for you, honestly. It's you might just find a specific number that you feel is best, where you like it having a little bit of smoothing, a little bit of taper, but also not being super rough, you know? Looking good? Okay. I'm thinking. The classic brush, am I even using... I didn't know there was two brushes. Is it this? Fluid brush tool? Classic is what I'm using. What's fluid brush tool? How does that differ? Oh, that's the regular one. Ah! What is it even doing? Does the fluid brush tool not do anything? Huh. Whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. Okay, okay. How are we doing? Also, line confidence. If you spend too long drawing a line, it adds a bunch of vector points. You gotta draw your lines quick, feet, and confident. True! Okay, okay, we're thinking. Okay. So, like, this guy's gonna have some snowballs that have to, like, do something. Oh, we also have snowballs coming from this guy, but they don't really have anywhere to go. They can hover with me as I come over to this guy. And maybe they don't hit this guy. Maybe they just stockpile around him. I feel like this live deserves more support. You're literally putting a lot of effort into these animations. I appreciate that you're here, man. I just appreciate... I'm grateful for those who are here. That's all I can say. Give him a like. Like it up. I'm getting better? All right. Yeah, visit even to lurk. I do this every day. I'm here every day. Almost every day. I'm not here on, like, Saturday. But then I'm on Dojo Cast for Saturday, so. Okay. Let's set the stage. Let's get some more baddies in here. Let's get some more baddies in here. So I'm going to have some of these baddies walk in. The snowballs are going to try to hit this guy. He's going to block them with his hands. And then more people are going to join in. And then he's going to start comboing these guys. And then as he's comboing these guys, we're going to see him pick up the pace, combo faster and faster and faster until, and as he's hitting, more and more snowballs are being summoned. And one of these guys is going to be in the center of all the action. And in that center of all that action, he's going to get pinned. From amazing to phenomenal. Let's go. I really hope people continue to like this, dude. I would be completely content if people just continue to enjoy these animations and they're excited every time another one comes out. They don't get bored of it. And they're excited to see the new characters every time there's a new one to look at. And I get to just keep doing these and expanding the world and improving my animation skills. If Ski Buddy even gets half as much attention that Junko did, it's viable. Have you guys seen where Junko's at recently? Look at this. Junko is at 288,000 views. That's when my thoughts can be dangerous. That's when I put on my makeup and drown in self-hatred, forget what I'm saying. 25K likes. If we get even half as much for Ski Buddy, Junko, almost 300,000 views. The way that this guy just whips out a run cycle straight ahead, what a show off. Well, after doing this on and off for 20 years, that is one thing I can do. $20 I can give me at least run a walk cycle. You know what I mean? I've earned a walk cycle. Yeah, I have actually come to enjoy object drawing now. And it's not for the reason that other people were advertising object drawing to me originally. It's actually the fact that when I draw a point and stop, it leaves a little after image of where they connect. See that right there where they overlap? That helps me establish where my joints are. Like how to do spacing on my joints. Because it creates a new little spot where it's like, oh, that's where my knee actually is. It's not just the lines where they intersect or whatever. I can actually see the spacing on where my knee was previously. Everyone advertised it to me before, like, oh, you can adjust your lines after the fact. And I'm like, well, I don't really do that. So that's not really like something that I care about, you know? But after I did it for a little bit, I was like, actually, what I like it for is this. And this guy's going to block the snowballs here. So whenever you do a movement, remember, as we're not perfect creatures. We don't move like robots. So have them move slightly in the opposing direction that before moving in the direction you want them to move. So I want him to kind of like block these snowballs, right? But I'm actually going to lean him forward a little bit first before leaning him back. Because even in the motion of trying to lean back, you actually will move another way subtly first. It's like a mini anticipation. It makes the characters come a little bit more alive. What's up, Rush? How's everyone doing today, man? Oop, let's say he gets hit right here. That's the block. And then the recoil off of the block. Because after all, they are just snowballs, you know. So like, they hurt. They're inconvenient. If you're already getting blasted by like a ton of them, it's gonna mess you up. But you can still put your arms up and block them, and not take that much damage, you know. I like to think when they're really whipping, going really fast, they hurt a lot, like punches, but not always. Just getting him to come to a stop now, essentially. I'm starting to feel like he's sliding around a little bit. He doesn't feel very cohesive, so there's a chance this looks a little wobbly. Sometimes you can kind of tell before you finish an animation if it's going to pan out how you're looking for it or not. This might not be it. Cut him back a little bit here to finish the movement. Trying to leave it really subtle for the last frame. He's kind of going back slightly where he was, so it showcases the overshoot a little bit. Okay, let's see. Doink, doink. See that? Why is it when I finally want to animate, I don't have time? Dude, trust. I understand. You got to make time, man. Like, for me, like I said, my little one started school today, and I'm his teacher, right? I homeschool. And typically my schedule was I stream from like 10:30 to noon or 1. So a couple hours in the morning, and then I have lunch, and then I stream from like 2 to 5. And then have dinner, hang out with my family, and then I go live again at like 10 o'clock at night, right? But now that my little one started school today, I'm changing it up. I'm eliminating the evening stream completely, and I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning. So today I got up at 5:30 in the morning, and I was on the computer streaming by around 6:20, I think it was. And I animated till about 9. So I eliminated the early stream, the morning stream, and I made a really early morning stream. And then I eliminated the evening stream and having a longer afternoon stream. So this is him getting hit by the snowballs that were going to be generated and following us from over here. Because we hit this guy. This guy actually blocks a good chunk of our shots. I feel like I want to add a shield guy. A shield guy every one of these demos if I can. to showcase a character's ability to shield break. Does that make sense? Snowball time. It showcases their ability to shield break. But this is going to spawn a snowball. Who will I do next? I don't know. I literally don't even think about it. My brain is 100% consumed by whoever I'm working on until I get to the point where I'm working on the next character, honestly. Oops. I literally don't think about anyone else until I'm done with this character. I really think you have a lot of ideas, like adding accessories to your characters and stickmans, and they match well with accessories and colors and weapons that you add. What great creativity, God. Thank you. I spent 80 hours working on our RHG universe, and I'm really happy with what we came up with for our characters. I think I actually will be taking a brief break, maybe like 2-day break from animating and making some more characters, incorporating some more characters into Gen 1. But they were all made with animation in mind. There was a few different principles I would always keep in mind when making a character and trying not to make them too heavy or too complex, giving them a good silhouette, giving them fun mechanics that would make other people excited to animate them, not just myself. Almost like creating little passives for them, like even like Ski Buddy's passive. Ski Buddy has a passive with his blade that it creates snowballs on hit that home and hover for a short period of time before targeting an enemy. Right? Where's this guy gonna move? I guess I could just move. Let's just get him in sooner. I'm just gonna get this guy in sooner. Yeah, let's get this guy in sooner. So he's getting hit right here. Good, because then I can actually just speed this up. Didn't really want to add the double frames here. They were more so for me to get the character in place where I wanted him first. Okay. And then he actually has another snowball that's going to come out of this guy. Maybe we can even do 2, honestly. And I'm going to have effects for these as well. Alright, y'all. I'm sufficiently inspired now. I'm going to go start my day and get this dang storyboard gig done so I can draw for me. Toodles, thank you so much. Later, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Zippy doodah straight to this guy, I think. Boom. All right, let's take a gander. I might do one more snowball too, coming out of that last guy. Dippity doo dah. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. Again, let's have another snowball come out of this guy. I don't know if Young Sojo knows about Glitch Productions, and I always wondered if they think about Glitch series. I don't know that I know about Glitch. Ooh, that's fun. I feel like the camera should be a little bit different now. Let's zoom out, but let's focus. Let's center these two. Kind of like that. Ah! Sorry, I lost my chat for a second there. I'd say the dojo knows at least a bit about Glitch in their shows. I actually don't know what you guys are talking about. But not by name. Glitch series. That's a movie show. That's a movie or a show, like a live. If I type glitch, it doesn't give me what I think you guys are talking about. Mort? Glitch Productions a YouTube? Okay, Glitch Productions. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm not good with names. YouTube. Glitch Productions YouTube. Hold on. Oh, Digital Circus. I've seen things of Digital Circus, yes. I've definitely seen more of those things than I know them by name. I'm not good with names. I never have been. But I definitely have seen Digital Circus stuff. Okay. Okay. So now I think I'm going to have figures coming in from left and right. And I think this guy's going to like just start to get buried in snowballs. like, he's going to be a little bit baffled by what's happening. And as he's a little bit baffled by what's happening, more people are going to be coming in. And let's make room for them. More people are going to be coming in. But Snowbuddy's going to keep attacking them. But the snowballs are going to keep trapping Abdullah. What's up, buddy? Keep trapping him over and over and over again until he gets buried into a huge snowman. Doink. Give me a bunch of frames to work with. Let's make this guy do something interesting. Maybe he jumps into position. Rehaw! He thinks he's something special. He's not. He's gonna get one bumped. Ah, he's coming down on his friend. Just kidding. They have a Z-axis. We're okay. Onion skinning is life. Okay, he's gonna land. Now maybe take a couple steps back. I hear cat. You do hear cat. That's Honey trying to get in. Honey is the name of one of my kitties. She's trying to hang out with my kiddo. And he's not letting her in his room. She loves him so much, and she wants to spend every waking moment of her day with him, and it's super cute. Have you heard about what's going on with Roblox recently? Is it the child predator stuff? Which I think that's been an issue for a long time. But that's the last thing I heard. But honestly, that's been an issue with all online games for quite some time. But I heard that Roblox, like, there was somebody who was, like, going after and letting Roblox know about the child predators. And then Roblox banned him or something. And people are like, bro, what? Am I getting the gist of it? Yeah. Pretty weird. I understand. I think I understand why. It's because they don't want other people doing witch hunts for random people. I'm not saying it's justified. I'm just saying I think that's why. They don't want other people being, like, just randomly going after people that maybe aren't doing anything wrong. And so they don't want to inspire people to, like, just start vigilante justicing everywhere. I guess. That's the only way I can make sense of it at all. The entirety of Roblox was banned in Indonesia? Is that what you said? Yeah, what the guy was doing was just acting like a kid. Yeah, that's like 99% of all online predators. It's the same. It's always been the same thing. It's just they pretend to be a kid and infiltrate kid games. It's awful. It really is awful. It looks like Roblox could get banned in Indonesia. That's kind of strange. I only say that because a single incident, however heinous, usually doesn't instigate an entire country to act on it. Honestly, there's no safe online community when it comes to games. 100%. You have to be vigilant on both administration side as a user and especially as a parent for your children in their games. Like, for instance, Hudson, he plays Roblox, but we have restrictions on what games he can enter, and he's not allowed to use chat at all. No chat. So he doesn't get to communicate with people in-game verbally or through text. Roblox was actively protecting these people, though. That's the thing. That is bad. That's where I say, like, you have to be, if you are the perpetrator, or if you're, I mean, not the perpetrator, if you're the creator of a game, you have to give as many tools as you possibly can, and strike down people or strike down systems that might be facilitating that kind of those kind of predators. Because you can never outright eliminate all bad people and all people acting in bad faith. That's just the reality of the world we live in. There is no perfect system, but the best, you could at least put forth your best foot forward to try your best to not allow in as many ways as you possibly can. Yeah, and Roblox does the opposite. Yeah, that's not good. That's why Louisiana is suing them. Yeah. That's the hard thing. You know, you just have to do your best. If they're not doing their best or they're actively going the other way, then yeah, they need to, something should be done about that. I can't comment because I don't know all the details and I don't know the legal ramifications of anything. But if there's something bad, in short, if something bad is happening on your platform, and you're a major corporation, you shouldn't be protecting bad things. That is weird. That is weird for their CEO to do that. Anywhere where there's free will, and anywhere that there's a spot where you can communicate, it's nearly impossible to 100% eliminate all threats. If anyone can sign up and anyone can type, there is going to be bad faith actors in that space, no matter what. The only way you can eliminate it is if you remove all communication 100%. That's kind of the only thing you could do. That's actually why Nintendo, if you notice, Nintendo doesn't ever allow communication in their games. They don't have any in-game chats. They don't have any kind of communication other than predetermined phrases or emojis that you can select from. That's the only way you could prevent outright. What's up, GB? I think you might step back a little too fast. Let me get some. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'll show you guys where I'm at. This is why we lost Flipnote 3DS Hatena, I'm sure. And it's tough because communicating in gaming is so important, and it's such it's such a valuable asset in a lot of ways, but you have to make it worth it. If you have chat, you really have to make it worth it, because you're allowing anyone to say just about anything. Even if you block all slurs and all bad words, and you make people have, a filter that they have to go through for a rating system, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're never going to get it down to zero. You're never, ever, ever going to get the threat to zero. But the best thing you can do is eliminate chat. As far as, a safety is concerned. That's why Hudson, when he plays Roblox, we don't allow chat. Because I know if I eliminate chat for him, he can still enjoy his game, he can still play, but he won't be able to communicate nor communicate to him things he shouldn't be seeing. Does Ski summon snowballs? Because it looks like he's unfinished edit. Does not even finished. Yeah, he summons them on hit. On hit. On hit, he summons between 1 to 3 snowballs. That's his passive, essentially, on his ski blades. So that's why you see, as he's hitting, these little snowballs are popping up and hovering around him, and then they find a target. I like the snappies of the sword swing. Thank you. Yeah, well, like, Coaster Rider, like, I don't blame other parents for not knowing. I have the advantage because I've been on the internet playing games for like 20, 25 years, right? So I'm very well versed. I've seen the best and the worst of the internet and ins and outs, the back end, the front end. I've created communities. I've managed communities. Like, I know more in that field than 99.9% of all parents are going to know. So I, like, don't blame parents for not knowing. But I will say that the majority of the time, it's parent user error when their kid gets put in a position that is dangerous. Not every time. Not every time. But there is a lot of things that parents can do to monitor and understand. I think a lot of the times they just hear like I think that a lot of times people will just hear this game bad, and they don't know why. They're just like, okay, everything with that game is bad. I don't know. I think the kids should just never ever play that thing now, because I think the insert game name here is just bad because I heard on the news that a bad thing happened to somebody. So now my kid can never play any part of it. And it's like, your kid could have been responsible. You could have taken steps to not allow them to play that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. There is parental controls on Roblox, and we use it regularly. And it's to the detriment of my kid, too. He's like, there's games he wants to play that are rated moderate, but we don't allow it. And it sucks for him because he's like, I really want to play that game, but it's rated moderate. But he understands. We communicate with him directly about why he can't play. And we don't just say, no, you're not allowed to do it. You're not old enough. I say, look, there's bad people online. They're going to say bad things. They're going to try to get you to do things for them that they shouldn't. They're going to try and take advantage because you're younger. Even though you're smart, they're going to be able to take advantage of you in in the game, and you don't need that, you know. And there's going to be things in the game that you're not going to expect, that you don't need to see yet, you know, like, you know, adult themes, stuff like that. And so I know that you really want to play this game here, but I got to protect you first and foremost. And he knows that, and he understands that. And he's like, it just sucks. And I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. You know, just communicate to him like they're a human person. You know what I mean? It's crazy. If you treat your kid not like your kid, not like this thing that you have possession over, but rather a person, and you communicate with them, and you're just honest with them, they are very capable of understanding things. It's a really crazy concept. You know, you can just be real with them. Like, there's people who want to do bad things, and some of the decisions I'm going to make may not make complete sense, but I trust that you understand that I'm doing it for your best interests. Exactly. And I told him, like, also, you know, he just turned 11. He's in that 10 to 12-year-old range. I said, you know, you're at home. You're at home schooling. I want you to venture out and be interested in something. If you have an interest in something, I want you to go for it. And so right now he's doing Roblox game development, and he's been developing his own games. And I told him, you know, if he gets to the point where he starts developing games, I'll learn Blender, and I'll animate stuff for his games. And so he's working on a couple different games that he's making with his friends and stuff. And I say, spend more time producing than you do consuming. So I say, if you can, I'm okay with you gaming. You know, when you're done with your schoolwork, you can game, but just mix it up. Game, then then do some game development. Then game, then do some game development. Go back and forth. Try to create more than you consume. It'll make it more fun when you are gaming, because you're not just doing it the whole time, and you can, you know, scratch your brain, getting your creativities out, and produce something that other people can enjoy, just like you're enjoying a game that somebody else made. Yeah, but here's the thing, Coaster Rider. It's a give and take, right? I'm raising him this way because I had it very different. I know the difference. And he's also very similar to me in a lot of ways. So it's like, I know the kind of environment that he's going to thrive in, and the kind of environment more than likely that he will enjoy, because he's very similar to me. But I wouldn't know my own preferences if I didn't actually have that uphill battle to fight when I was a kid. My parents did not believe in me doing stick figure stuff as a job. They didn't believe in me doing internet stuff as a job. When I was 14, 15 years old, I wasn't allowed to buy a computer. They didn't want a computer in my room. I inherited a computer from my grandparents that were basically broken, but I fixed it. And they didn't want me to have internet in my room, but I needed internet to be able to upload my animations. And so I worked and I said, look, I will pay for the entire year up front if we can add the extra line to put internet in my room, you know? And they inevitably did get me internet and didn't require me to pay for it. But I think that me going through those kinds of things put me in a situation where I can have a deeper understanding for my kid. I love pizza. I love pizza! But at the end of the day, like I said, he is his own person. I will create the environment for him if he wishes to utilize it. But I'm not there to tell him what to do with his time. I'm not there to tell him what he needs to be interested in. I will just simply help him if he does have something that he shows interest in. I will show up and give support to that. But like, I'm not trying to get him to become a stick figure animator, or, you know what I mean? He has Flash on his computer because he wanted to try it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to be an animator now, and you're going to help me with my animations. And I think people get lost in that. They think that their kid is a possession that they can kind of push around and make do. But they're just a human. It's their first run. It's their first loadout on Earth, just like it's mine, you know? Just like my parents. It's their first time being here. They're all just figuring it out. We don't know what's going on. Just try to be nice. Just be kind. Spread joy. Be understanding. That part's not so hard, you know? People make it more difficult than it needs to be. I think this guy's just gonna walk in. We're gonna have him just walk in, I think. Have this guy be more casual. And the other guy that jumped. The dreaded arm crossover. What build are you running this time? What do you mean? What build? What do you mean? What do you mean by build? Oh, what build? What do you mean? What that means? This guy's a dork. I feel like this guy's a dork. I really like when people talk about life like it's a video game. I was just thinking about my stat distribution in life. Oh, I do that all the time. I gamify as many things as I can in my life. And I talk about it in life. Like your spawn point, your loadout. It's my favorite thing to say that always gets people is when I reference scaling into late game. Like I'll be like, yeah, for instance, pizza's delicious, but if you eat it too much, it doesn't scale well into late game, meaning like it's gonna give you health problems, you know, if you eat it too much. The late game scaling on pizza is rough on your body, so do not recommend it long term. Why did you eat my family pizza? Yeah, scaling into late game. I'll say it all the time. All the time for various different things. I'm like, yeah, that does not scale well in the late game. Who's this in farmers market scaling? That's what we do. You know what's also super underrated that people do not spend enough time doing as people, as humans? You need to start reading the ingredients on things. If you live in America, you need to start reading ingredients. It's talking about farmers market, because I get my stuff from farmers market as well. That's like a whole other level of understanding. It's like growing your own food and like buying locally. But beyond that, Like, learn to read a label. That's a big thing I've been teaching my kid, is how we choose what we choose to eat and why we choose what we choose to eat. Understanding not putting literal poisons in your body. Like the number, I've drawn a direct line multiple times, and I go like, okay, here's Company A. Okay, Company A. Company A makes item, okay? An item has this ingredient, and this ingredient, ingredient 2, right? Ingredient 2 causes disease 1. And then you look at Company A, and Company A also produces medicine A that treats disease 1. And I've made it abundantly clear to my kiddo how these things work and why we choose certain things. And I say, look, this system is based off of money. It doesn't care about your morals. If Company A does a study on the best way to produce their product, and it's the cheapest and most profitable, but it includes ingredient 2, and they find ingredient 2 causes disease 1, instead of removing ingredient 2, they will develop and make sure that they're the first and best at producing medicine A. And then, if they find that medicine A has a better profit margin than item, then they will increase ingredient 2 in item to boost their profits in medicine A. It doesn't matter. That company and money does not care. It does not care unless it's illegal. It absolutely does not care about the morality that ingredient 2 causes maybe even a deadly disease in the long-term late game scaling of medicine A, or of disease 1. All it cares about is, yo, we knew this early, and increasing the sales of item increases the profit margin of medicine A, and medicine A is what we make the most money on. Read ingredients. Read ingredients. Charlie Rancher Pizza, pass. No want. I do like pizza, though. But I am extreme. I am extreme in a lot of ways. Quite literally, I don't agree with how we produce meat in this country. I don't agree with the poisons and antibiotics they put in the meat. So much so that I quit meat because of it. I don't expect other people to do that. I don't expect other people to be capable of doing that. But like I said, I'm extreme when it comes to those things. I don't expect other people to be extreme in such a way, but I do think that people could benefit from learning how to read labels. I will eat meat again, but once I eat meat again, will either be meat I produce myself in my own way, like with my chickens, or doing rabbits for meat rabbits or something, or if I find a source that I approve of their process. But reading labels is really important. Meat from small farmers? Yes. I realize how many people quit meat. Heck, even my dad does. Yeah. And I will still say to this day, having not eaten a single bite of meat since 2023, that my all-time favorite thing is grilled salmon roasted with capers and butter with a side of couscous and asparagus. It's like my all-time favorite meal, but I haven't had meat since 2023. Because I don't agree with the systems, how they operate, how they treat the animals, and how the literal poisons that they pump into them to keep them from getting sick preemptively. And the effect that has on our body is pretty profound. The effects that my body healed, the number of things my body changed in a positive way, not eating meat, is tremendous and profound. But that's not for everyone. I don't say that it's for everyone, and I don't look it down on anyone who decides to make their own choices. I think that's really important. Can't do no meat diet. I like Chick-fil-A. We used to like Chick-fil-A a lot too. Chick-fil-A is awful too. It's hard, dude. Knowledge is painful, man. It's awful. The more you know, the more you know. I mean, I'm sure you guys are smart. It's hard. Let's get some more baddies in here. That's why I just draw stick figures, man. You know what I mean? Doesn't need to be. Life doesn't need to be hard. Draw stick figures, right? Right, chat. Right. Life don't need to be hard. Draw a stick figure. Draw a stick figure. Make stick figure go boom. Life don't need to be hard. Ha ha ha. Life don't need to be hard. Draw a stick figure. It's an old timeline I made back in stream submissions I made back in 2023. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yo, Pyro, that is insane, brother. Holy. I do need to spend some time sitting down and reading all your... I need to get caught up on all the lore for Pyro. What in the... What in the... What am I looking at? What is this? What? What in the... Stream submissions? I don't see it. Or this is literally the timeline you're talking about. This is wild. I like how this... I like your... I like your War of the Worlds. This is such a random timeline. Oh, war! Fairly limited knowledge about everything. Flipping clips. I don't think this is stick figure based. This is everything based. Okay, how does this guy come in? Does he run in? Maybe he runs in. Where this... okay. He running. He running. We could have him roll. Did you say chimes in? We say chimes in all the time. I chime in. It's so funny. We were gonna go see Fall Out Boy last year, and Fall Out Boy does not sing that song, but I kept making the joke with my wife. I'm like, "Yo, we're gonna chime in. I'm chiming in." She's like, "They don't sing that song. I chime in." They don't sing that song, and I'm like, "We're chiming in." Couple weeks when like that concert was coming up for Fall Out Boy, we're gonna chime in. She's like, "Stop. They don't sing that song." And then I got all my friends to do it too. What is this? Whoa, what is this? Bear! That's crazy. Damn! This Easy Tune? Looks like Easy Tune. Galio! That's wild, dude. TK! Unbench him! Damn, Okie that's wild. Thresh with the hook. I can't see who this is. Those are nuts, dude. Flip note? See, I've never used flip note or stick nodes or flip a clip. I only know that they exist because of all the people that are using them now. But I can't, like, my brain automatically turns them into, like, the versions of things from my time, you know? That looks to me like non-discernible from EasyTune. That looks almost exactly like how EasyTune would look back in my day. So much so that I think to myself, like, why is EasyTune not used still if that's what people are using? Because that looks exactly like EasyTune. Jerome, that is an insane name, buddy. You got a lot going on with that name there. That name just keeps going. It just keeps go. No Hablamos. You know what? I can't have this guy coming in like this because he's already like on top of the guy. We can't. I failed. We don't have enough space to do that. Yeah, look. I took only high school Spanish. So unless you need to use the bathroom in the library while dancing, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not looking to use the bathroom in the library while dancing, my high school Spanish does not help me. Help you. Hey, I didn't want that brush stroke anyways, thanks. Oh, I think he gets rocked right here. Honest. I don't want him to get hit. I want this guy to live. Come in later here, pal. Come in a little bit later here, pal. Come in a little bit later, pal. You'll make it just fine. You can meet the snow. Yo, chill. Yo, chill. Family. Oh, he gets rocked anyways. He's gonna have to come later than that. Buddy. I mean, he's too close now. I made him get too close. He really needs to just come in, like, stop right there, dude. Whoops. I'm making so many mistakes. Somebody should eat the snow. No, no eat the snow. No eat the snow. Bro, what the hell? Look at this. Dude, Bryn's insane. This is crazy. That's wild, Bryn. The timing is great. Tom and Jerry, yeah. I do love pizza, sorry. I love pizza. I love pizza. Do 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 do. Let's see. Tell me if this is weird. I don't connect my laptop to any network I don't like personally to know the owner of. No, that's not weird. That was really specific, Axe-Jag. This is wildly specific. Okay, okay. Yeah, once you understand how things work, the back end of things can get pretty scary. What's up, Crazy? I think you shouldn't stick this pose for long. Because we have these other figures coming at the same time on the other side. Okay. I'm going to play it one more time. I think that's going to be about it for today, friends. We made really good progress today. This is a nice solid 3-hour stream. We had another 2.5-hour stream earlier today. Like I said, I eliminated my evening stream. So I will be animating again earlier in the morning. I get up at like 5:30. We made really good progress today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry if you just got here. You forgot to animate a scarf? I know. I'm animating the scarf at the end. I only animated the scarf in the beginning just to make sure that we could do it. Yeah, thank you for hopping in. Thank you guys for being here. I am appreciating your company while we go through Ski Buddy. I think we're going to plan for a Ski Buddy release not this Friday, but next Friday. I think based on this pacing, we should be able to get it done. I'm really happy with the progress we've made today. We are almost closing in on 20 seconds. Yeah, buddy. All right, my friends. I will see you all tomorrow. I will be in the Stone Mountain, so feel free to hit me up in there. Chat it up. And I'll see you soon. Okay, I love you. Goodbye. Let's see. Why isn't it? People, can you hear me now? I'm releasing sound. No energy can tear me down. I'm the one to watch. So keep the focus. Doo doo poop doo doo. People, can you hear me now? I'm releasing sound. No energy can tear me. Are these tweens? Oh, I can't imagine animating on tweens only, dude. That's crazy. This looks like 60 FPS. It's crazy. Oh, I like your cute guy. Your cute guy at the end cleaning everything up. That's my favorite part. No joke. All right, guys. I'll see you later.